something lost and found. Can you hear the sound of a symphony that plays out loud? There's a world out there, we can make it ours. If you want it, we're setting sail. Nothing's gonna stop us when we're together. We can do just anything. Now's the time to be all we're meant to be. Let's go together towards tomorrow. We can make a change forever. Spark a flame to follow. Make it shine for everyone to see. There's no looking back on yesterday. I know it's gonna take us all the way together towards tomorrow. I've been on the ground until I finally found something that would turn it all around. Funny how it all looks so differently since I know that I'm on my way. Nothing's gonna stop us when we're together. We can do just anything. Now's the time to be all we're meant to be. Let's go together towards tomorrow. We can make a change forever. Spark a flame to follow. Make it shine for everyone to see. There's no looking back on yesterday. I know it's gonna take us all the way together towards tomorrow.
Something lost and found. Can you hear the sound of a symphony that plays out loud? There's a world out there, we can make it ours. If you want it, we're setting sail.
Nothing's gonna stop us when we're together. We can do just anything. Now's the time to be all we're meant to be. Let's go together towards tomorrow. We can make a change forever. Spark a flame to follow. Make it shine for everyone to see. There's no looking back on yesterday. I know it's gonna take us all the way together towards tomorrow. Let's go together towards tomorrow. We can make a change forever. Spark a flame to follow. Make it shine for everyone to see. There's no looking back on yesterday. I know it's gonna take us all the way together towards tomorrow.
Woo! I love that song because it's always a good way to start. It's for me, it's a really good motivator, reminding us that we're together in Oriflame. We're a big family. Today I have a special guest that I need to do a special shout out for, and that's for ding, ding, ding. Our YouTubers. Yes, guys. So, Facebook family, we have a new family that is joining us, and that is our YouTubers. So, we're directly connected to YouTube. So, if you're on YouTube or you have a friend who really loves YouTube, you can actually watch live as well. Isn't that amazing? So, let's give a special drum roll for our YouTubers who are also going to be watching or who are watching live. How are you guys? Woo! You're fun people in Facebook, Oriflame Facebook, What's sad there, I cannot see your own comment on YouTube, but once I'm able to know how to navigate both platforms, I will simply also give you shout out. So hello everybody, this is a wonderful Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. They call it Hump Day, like middle of the year. Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. I basically chose Wednesday because of the W, and it basically stands for wellness. You see that, right? Wednesday Wellness. Welcome to our Wednesday Wellness Talk Show. Don't mind me, Jared. Welcome to Wednesday Wellness Talk, where we talk about how to stay wealthy, how to stay healthy, how to stay beautiful with our wellness. How are you doing? I can see your comment sections already. Please keep it coming. Remember, as soon as you come in, make sure you call your friends. Anastasia, thank you so much, Nanya. You're calling your people. I see you, Rutana. I see you, Jane. Call them, tell them to come online, because this not only does it increase our knowledge bank on wellness, we always get one thing out of this, and this can also help to push our business. And as a person, isn't it amazing when someone talks about something, and you might not really be in that field, but you have an idea. This is like, wow, this is amazing. That is how it is. You don't have to be, I always say, you do not have to be a medical doctor. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a pharmacist. You don't have to be a lab scientist. You don't even have to have any relation to the medical field or medical profession for you to know how to handle your health. We're in that era currently in Africa, in Nigeria, where you need to take control of your health. You should not rely on doctors. Doctors are running away. They are jackpying, and you don't want to leave it to the few ones that are there. You do not want to leave it for them. You want to make sure that you take control of your own health. Amazing, not just for you, but for your family, for those who you love, for your loved ones, and those who love you as well. So how are you doing, Rotana? I see you, Ojimba Monu. Achudume Joma, I see you as well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Stanley Otulu, hello. Anastasia Endurance Daniel, please keep calling them. Johanna, once you come in, you can make me one. You can, put a comment so that I know that you're with me and I can give you a special shout out. Okay. So I have something in store for you. I'm not just going to be talking. I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so I think I should start because I don't know, it might be a little bit lengthy today. Hello, Jane. Hello, Rotana. How are you doing? Please remind me where you're watching from. Priska says she's watching from Abia State. How is Abia today? I hope very beautiful. Morani KG, Oriflame to the world. Yes. Joseph, sorry, your name, I cannot really pronounce it so well, so have mercy on me if I begin to murder the name. Stacey Dix, you said you're watching from Lagos. I see you as well. How are you doing, guys? So yes, comfort from Meduguri. I love that. I hope one of these days I come to that area to maybe have one of our sessions. It would be amazing. I've never really been to the north, aside Abuja and Kwara State, so it's be really nice to come to places like that. Jane says she's watching from Benin City. Hello, my worry. Worry is in Benin now, if I'm not mistaken. It's in Delta. Okay, yes, it's in Delta. Hello, my worry people. I see Mari said worry. I greet you, Nathaniel from Kaduna. Oh, it's Katie. I hear so much about Katie. One of these days, Amaka, Lagos, Temitope, Lagos. Welcome. So today we're going to be talking about wellness as food supplements. I'm pretty sure when you get to Wellness Pack, you're going to see underneath it Wellness Pack Man or Wellness Pack Woman food supplements. And I know that for some people, when they see that, they say, oh, does it mean I can use it to substitute for my food? Does it really mean that even though I don't eat well, it just gives me everything my body needs and I'm good to go? Well, the thing is yes and no, and I'm going to answer all of that. Okay, it's a yes and it's a no. Ooh, we have our YouTuber Aroluwa says hello. Hi girl, watching from Ibadan. I see you, our YouTuber. We're happy to have you here. Welcome. Ade Sayor from Ikorodu, Ondo State. Omoloye, I see you. Loretta from Lagos. Welcome. So once again, I'm going to be telling you some of the things we'll talk about. Let me quickly read them out to you so you know what I'm talking about, because we need to do a lot of clarifications on our wellness and know how best to sell it. Okay. Now I'm going to be telling you what food supplement actually mean, telling you if it's a good substitute for your food per se. You also need to know your daily body requirements. Does wellness take all of that? Does wellness basically give your body from head to toe everything you need to stay healthy on a daily basis or not? And aside that, we do some digressing, but trust me, you can always ask questions at the end, and we will all learn something from today. I can assure you that. Okay. From Ocean State, I see you, Tammy Lore. I greet you, Lara from Kaduna as well. Welcome so much, madams. Welcome, Jennifer from Lagos. Okay, so please remember, as you're coming in, make sure you call your friends, prospects, customers, people who are just very passionate about taking care of themselves, and we all should be passionate about taking care of ourselves, both ourselves and family members. Begin to call them, tell them to come, join. This is like free lecture on health, especially your wellness, and it's going to be fun. Okay, so let's go. Okay, next up, food supplements. What actually is food supplements? Now, food supplements are basically your nutrients, the vitamins and minerals that gives your body the daily requirement that your body needs to function properly. Okay, there's something called homeostasis in the body, that is the daily functioning and balancing of your system to give you the right amount of energy, the right amount of basically everything your body needs to function in its better state on a daily basis. So that is the supplements. Now you get your supplement first and foremost from the food we eat. It's very important that they come from a really good organic food. When I say organic, I mean food that are naturally grown, organically grown. They're not from genetically modified. They put all sorts of things to hasten the ripening processes, or just something that is not natural. Sometimes when things that we get, especially foods that we eat, are not natural, they tend to cause some issues in our body. They don't give our body the maximum nutrients that the body needs, and they begin to cause another issue. So organically grown food are the best and the healthiest. Now, these supplements come in, like I said, in form of nutrients. They are nutrients, and we have 6 classes of these nutrients, or when we were in school, we used to call them 6 classes of food, right? If you remember. Yes, hello Abdul Salam from YouTube. I see you too, Abdul Salam Aisha. Okay, so there are 6 classes of food. Remember that we have the protein, we have the carbohydrates, we have the fats and oil, we have the minerals, we have the vitamins, and we have water. And in between, we also have the fiber. Fibers are also very important because they help our gut, that's your stomach region, from your intestine, so that they can function properly as well. All of them work in unison, like together, to make sure that your body stays healthy on a daily basis. Now, every part of our body have its own unique function. We all know that, right? The brain is the powerhouse, it's like the generator of the body. It's also the one that tells other parts of the body. For example, if your stomach doesn't have enough blood supply, it sends signal to your brain that, hey, I need more blood, because blood carries food and oxygen, water, and all of that. So it sends the message to your brain, I need more of this. And the brain says, okay, send more food, because the stomach needs more of this right now. And before you know it, there are more blood vessels. The blood vessels around that area tends to open up, so that there is more blood going to such areas, and it's able to have more to be able to elicit or function properly. Now, what are the purposes of these nutrients? They have tons and tons of purposes. You can see it on your screen. They are nutrients or substances that provide nourishment essential for the daily maintenance of our body and our growth. It's very important. It helps us to grow. It helps us to function properly. And we have different kinds of them. I have mentioned some of them. But let's keep going, and you will see these ones, they are classified into two. We have the macronutrients and we have the micronutrients. Now, from the word, the macro is the one you need in larger quantities, right? That's the protein, the carbohydrate, which is also contains the dietary fibers, the fat, and water. Yes, you need water in large quantity. For those of you who take less than 8 glasses of water daily, you're not doing yourself any good. Okay, so know that you need all of this in macro quantities, macro like more, you need more of them. Now we have the ones that are the micronutrients, where you get these ones in minute quantity or small quantities, but they also help the bigger ones to function properly. They're all working together to make sure that there is a daily maintenance of your system. It's just like one is feeding, one is like the oil, the other one is like the screw tightening one or two things. This one is doing this together. They make the machine called the body to work together. Okay, so you're going to see for protein, we need larger quantity for our system to function. For fat, depends on the type of fat you are talking about. Okay, but we'll go into that pretty soon, because you do know that omega-3 is fat. I will talk about that. Now, for the protein, these are some of the things that your protein does for your body. It's like they call it the building block of the body, right? When you break down protein, you get amino acids. Those are the smallest of it. Yes, so they build and repair your cells. They help you to build and maintain your bones, your muscles, your skin. For all of us that really wants all this glowing, beautiful skin, protein can actually help you to achieve that. Okay, you can get all of this goodness from meat, you can get them from your fish, from your dairy, supplements, eggs, beans, legumes, seed, nuts, and all of that. They will give you the benefit of proteins and beyond. Proteins are very good. In fact, you need more of proteins. See some of them that they can do for your system. I just mentioned that. They also coordinate bodily function from head to toe in different ways. They also help to strengthen your immune system. Okay, so these are some of them. How much of protein do you need in your system? Now, the daily recommended intake for adults is about 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight. What does that mean? For every kilogram of human being, for 1 kg, you need 0.8. So that means multiply your weight times 0.8. Okay, let's do that together. Like me, I know I weigh around 72. I'm always fluctuating between 70 and 72. So for me to know the daily amount of protein that I need in my system, let's use 72 for me. 72 times 0.8. That gives me 57.6 grams of proteins that I need. Anything way more than this might be detrimental for me. Anything way less, I might not be doing myself a lot of good. So increased need also depends on some things. Now, there are times that I might need more protein. Maybe I want to build body mass, or I'm sick as I'm aging. If I get pregnant, I'm lactating, I will need more protein intakes. But aside that, between 57.6 and 60 grams of protein is ideal for my weight. Are we getting it now? So I'm just trying to use protein as a yardstick. So each of us, depending on our weight, we need different levels of requirements of protein. And this goes across all of the other nutrients that are there. Some people need less because of less body weight. Some people need more. Some people also need more because of the environmental factors, So when the weather is dry, you tend to have more activity, body activity. Your body is producing more heat. Let's use it that way. And in that point, you will need more protein intake. That's why you see sportsmen, for people who have physical activities and all of that. Infants, of course, they need more compared to we adults. That's why you tend to give more meat and more egg to your children, because they need it more than we do, we adults. So these things are also what can determine the amount of protein or that your body needs. Not just protein, like I said, it also cuts across every other nutrient that your body requires. Now, why am I putting this here? I also want to use it as a yardstick to remind us that even when we say wellness is a food supplement, it varies from one person to another depending on all of these things I mentioned. Now, if you rely only on your wellness and you do not eat right, you don't take the right amount of protein, you don't eat enough protein, carbohydrate, good fats and oil and all of that, you will see that you might not be doing your body enough good, because you might need more protein compared to me because of body weight. And the protein in our wellness, I mean, when you get from your fish, that omega-3 is gotten from sustainable fish, will certainly not be enough to cover for all of this. So it is very important that your wellness is not the only supplement that should be giving your body all of the beautiful benefits that it needs. That is why we always remind our leaders that wellness is not a substitute for a balanced meal. I hope you understand what that means, right? So let's move to the ones that are more in our wellness pack by Oriflame. That's the vitamins and minerals. What do? They play vital roles in our cells, our tissues, in our system. They're needed in small amounts, but they do so much, and they work in conjunction or together with the macronutrients to also regulate our body system on a daily basis. Now, without these vitamins and minerals, our cells cannot function properly, and deficiency or diseases begin to happen. Now, these diseases can be easily spotted. Sometimes they're not even easily spotted. Like for example, do you know that deficiency of vitamin D can cause mental confusion? Yes, deficiency of vitamin D can cause confusion. You're just doing something, you get confused, you don't even know what exactly you were doing. You start to like, why am I confused? I wrote down 5 things to do today, and I am struggling to do 2 or 3. I am just confused about 1 or 2 things. That is exactly what can, and you might think it's a very normal thing. Sometimes we even connect it to oh, it's age, you're aging, that's why these things are happening. It's old age, and we laugh. It might really not be old age. It can just be that we are becoming deficient in some of these macronutrients that play very strong roles in our system. And like I said initially, the amounts that each person needs is kind of unique, although there is a range that everybody needs, but the uniqueness depends on your body weight, where you are, your physical activity, your age. Are you above 65? Are you pregnant? Are you lactating? These things will now determine each of your daily requirements, meaning what Mrs. A requires is not what Mrs. B requires. That is why sometimes A might take wellness and she begins to see tremendous change in her body. And then you're asking yourself, maybe it's the same wellness I'm taking. How come I'm not getting all of these things that you're mentioning? This might just be that, she is substituting, she's taking it and also eating a good meal, balanced meal, and her body is balancing the nutrients and giving her all the best it does. But for you, you're not eating well and you're relying on only wellness without eating properly, without taking fruits and vegetables, without taking the right amount of water. You're not hydrating enough, you're not having enough sleep. You will not get the same effect compared to the other person. So it is very important that it is not a substitute as much as it helps to complement. It's more of a complementary dietary supplement. It helps to complement what you eat. So the first and foremost thing, it is what you eat. Okay, so the vitamins and minerals, like I mentioned, play those roles, and they're very important that you use them as a complementary to your fruits and vegetables. They are not substitutes, but they are complementary. Thirdly, it's our omega-3. This is where our fat and oil comes in. Now, the fat and oil, because we told you that you need fat in large quantity, you just gonna be eating the same way I eat fat. You're not gonna be eating oil and eating all sort of the wrong oil. No, remember, if you've forgotten, there are 2 types of fat. Okay, there is the good fat and the bad fat. I'm trying to use words that we can all relate with. Yes, there is a good fat and there is a bad fat. The bad fat are the ones you get from junk, the ones that have saturated fats, the ones that when you keep them in room temperature, they congeal, they solidify. those are not fats that are good for your body. It also means that when they get into your system and maybe you're in a cold environment, they would also solidify inside your system. Yes, that is right. So if you're in a cold region, maybe it's a matan season and you're taking a lot of bad fat, they begin to congeal. And remember that the blood is the one that transports all of these things. So while it's being transported in your blood vessels, they begin to solidify in your blood vessels and they block it. And this is the onset of some heart disease, this one, hypertension, and even diabetes and all of that. When these fats that are supposed to be liquidated or that are supposed to be in liquid form at any temperature whatsoever begin to solidify, and they tend to clog your pores and cause not pores, sorry, me and skincare. They tend to clog your blood vessels and begin to reduce the passage of the important nutrients. Now, the ones that we want you to take, the good fats that are very important, are the omega 3, omega 6, and omega 9. They are gotten from fatty fishes. You can see them from salmon, from mackerel, from tuna. You can also get them from nuts and seeds. Not from, what is this fat? Not from catfish. I'm about to break some tables here. Yes, your catfish has the fats that are not too good for you. So even though you want to eat your catfish, which is still good for your system, you need to keep them moderate, at a minimal level. Eat more of your salmon, mackerel, tunas, nuts, and seeds. Catfish, especially when you now fry them. Now it has a lot of bad fat. You now fry it in an oil that has its own bad fat. You're accumulating the fat in all of these things, and when they get into your body, they can be detrimental. They can cause some issues. So the good fats that are very good for your system, they are amazing for your heart, they are good for your brain, they're good for your joints, they're good for your skin, blood, immunity, your eyes, and for baby development is your omega 3, 6, and 9. They are good. They are called the essential fatty acids, whereas the bad fat are called the non-essential. And another reason why they are called essential is because your body cannot produce it by itself. You can only get them from these right sources. It's very important. If they're not from these sources, you will not be able to get it. Okay, so you also need to make sure that even when you're eating your fishes, it has to be from the right source. Now, even in the omega 3, there are 11 forms, but the two most important forms that your body needs, everybody's body, not just yours, like every member of the family, it's the EPA and the DHA. They work so well with your heart, your vision, and your skin, and they can only be found in the animal kingdom, like oily fishes and seafood, from what you can see on the screen. Okay, so I hope you understand what I mean by wellness being a good food supplement, but at the same time, it is not a substitute to your balanced meal. It is not a substitute because we need these things in different varied amount depending on who we are. It's unique to us. So if you rely on this, what if your body needs more than what is written on your wellness? It means that only your wellness will not give you the kind of immunity that you desire. So you also need to make sure you're backing up your wellness with your fruits and your vegetables. Now, the beautiful thing about your wellness is that ideally, scientists have told us that we need about 8 different types of fruit on a daily basis to be, to stay healthy. But with wellness, you don't even need up to that 8. Even though you're taking 3 on a daily, you're still adding and you're helping yourself out. Yes, catfish is not too good for our health. You should know that, especially when you fry it and you dry it. You're just beating the fat in different forms in our system. Okay, now there are 3 whys I want to ask us. You ask, why me? Why do I need to stay healthy? Why do I need to do this? Why do I need nutritional products? That's the second why. And thirdly, why must it be wellness by Oriflame? There are different types of supplements out there, right? Some of you say, oh, I'm using this one. I've met a lot of leaders who say, oh, I'm using this one. Should I continue with it or I should stop that one? One said, oh, I'm using this one and it's good for me. I'm going to tell you each of this reason why it has to be you, why you need to also bank on nutritional supplements to help with our daily intake of these things, and thirdly, why it has to be wellness packed by Oriflame. Okay. Yes, Blessing Oka for say and now catfish should they eat pass. Yes. Funny enough, I think it's the cheapest. It's one of the cheapest you get. Sad. It's cheap because well, but these other ones are more expensive, but they are more beneficial to our body. So I'm not saying we should not eat catfish, but we should keep it on the minimum. Now, why me? What lifestyle choices do I make that would impact my well-being? It has to be you because you are the very you carry life, it has to be you because your daily choices impact not just you but people around you. I mean, it has to be you because you're in Oriflame, and in Oriflame we talk about lifestyle, a beautiful lifestyle. It's not just about how long you live on earth but how well, how rich the content of your life is. So it has to be you. It also has to start with you. I always tell people, our leaders, that when you just can't sell wellness to other people and you're not getting the benefit of it. You're not doing yourself any good. It's not just about the money, right? It also has to do with your personal lifestyle choices. And it's good we're saying this in January. It's a new year. Let's begin to have better choices, better choices of food, better lifestyle choices, better ways we live, because this thing would help us. You can even do a challenge. We can all do a challenge. Okay, in this year, I'm going to stay away from junk. This year, I'm going to eat less and less of bad fatty food. This year, I'm going to take every single day, I'm going to take 8 glasses of water. You don't have to wait until you're thirsty before you drink water. Just hydrate. It doesn't matter how much time you go to the toilet to pee. It's good. Your system is it's like changing oil. It's changing the internal fluid. It's really good. So these are some of the questions that would help you or help us with our lifestyle choices. Do you drink coffee daily? Well, you should know by now that daily coffee intake is not even ideal for us. Caffeine, yes, to some extent, is good for your brain. It helps to keep you awake and vibrant, but you do not want to overdo it at all. Because if you overfunction your brain without giving it the proper sleep, it will knock. It will knock. It's like engine. You're always wanting an engine to work, and you're not letting it to sleep. You're not letting it have proper rest. You're addicted to coffee intake and all of that. Trust me, it will knock. So daily coffee intake should be a no-no this year. Let's begin to make better lifestyle choices. Do you eat 5 servings? You see now it's beginning to drop to 5, of fruits and vegetables. Well, even though you're not taking up to 5, you can do at least 2 daily. 2 different fruits. I can say, okay, today I want to eat 1 apple and banana. Tomorrow I switch 1 grape and 1 orange. The next day I do this and that. Even though some days I skip, you have your wellness to help to supplement, but it is not substituting. I love to use that word. It is not a substitute. So when we're telling people about wellness, also tell them that wellness works well, like way better, 7 times better, when you take it with proper meal and you sleep well. You have a better benefits compared to when taking alone and not taking care of what we ingest. The other side, they go together. So I'm pretty sure you've seen all of these things that is on your screen. These are your daily lifestyle choices that we need to change. We need to change all of this. Now, the next question we want to ask ourselves after why me is what? Why nutritional benefits? Okay, before that, in all of this, I'm not even talking about mindfulness. Now, when you're taking care of your health, what you eat, please do not forget your mind. Your mind is part of who you are. Try and make sure this year you do 1 bodily exercise. You can decide to, okay, I don't want to say gym. You can maybe have a group where you guys just practice mindfulness. You can do it yourself, just sit down. Some people call it yoga, some people call it different names. You just sit and you listen to your internal self. Just stay calm, forget all the issues that is going through your head, because every now and then our brains are always working. Tell yourself to slow down, listen to soft music, think about yourself, think about your life. Just calm down, don't think about the negative areas, think about the places you're more thankful. Just practice mindfulness. These things are together. Mental, emotional and mental should not be separated. They all go together. You're not alone. we are a lot, even me that is talking. Like, I know I have to do it a conscious effort late last year to make sure that I begin to practice mindfulness exercises, because we are not alone. Many people don't follow this recommended health advice, but it needs to start with us. Do you know that up to 71% of death globally is caused by non-communicable diseases? When I use the word non-communicable, we're talking about the ones that are not infectious. We're talking about heart diseases, diabetes, mental health. Mental health, it's non-communicable. For a lot of people, you see what is happening. Many non-communicable diseases can be prevented by just reducing common risk factors. Now, a lot of us will say, "Oh, I don't smoke," but you stay around people who smoke sometimes. Do you know that is called secondary smoking? And that is even more dangerous than the people who are actually inhaling that thing. Now, each tobacco has over 1,000 chemicals, and when they inhale the ones they inhale and they exhale while you take in that one, trust me, you have taken down not just the 1,000 chemicals, but also the waste that those chemicals have released into the air, and you inhale them. Those things can be very toxic as well. So try as much as possible to also stay away from all of that pollution from tobacco use. Harmful alcohol use. People say, "Oh, alcohol is great." This, trust me, alcohol over time, you might decide, "Oh, I take beer, I take there's this thing people say, a little alcohol is good for the heart." I'm also talking to myself. It is actually not good. It depends on the kind of alcohol you're taking in. Is it the processed one? you know do you also know that your fruits and vegetables contain a level of alcohol when they are fermented? So when you take in those fruits, you also take a little bit of alcohol, which is natural and good for your body, not the processed one that you take that begins to cause issues to your liver tomorrow, or to the guts, which is not good. So alcohol use can also be an issue. If you're the type you love to drink, what's this in Igbo call it? Is it Odeko? This drink, you like beer. This year we have to do better. We have to be intentional, do better. Next is physical inactivity. Physical, I don't mean trekking from here to Maryland. That is not it. I mean you being active. You work in a way that it's not just your leg that is moving. For those who say, I love to stroll. You have to jog, do something that your heart is involved, your muscles are involved, your bones are involved, every part of your body is involved in that activity. So it's really good as well. Your mind is also involved. Then last but certainly not the least, we have the eating unhealthy diets. All these things causes 71% of death globally. I'm pretty sure we've heard or we've seen where they said somebody just slumped. They don't even know what happened to the person. Somebody was just working and they just slumped, and they later realized that, the person had heart issues, so this one and that one. These are the things we're talking about. Or there's this popular person. He's a medical person and currently an influencer. I don't want to call him, but he's a popular person who he's a medical person as well, who teaches us about health on a daily basis. But recently he realized that he had a brain tumor and he had to take it out. I'm pretty sure some of you already know who I'm talking about. But he understood, or he saw that, because he became blind in one eye. If that blindness had not occurred, he wouldn't have known. Now imagine if that tumor was cancerous, was malignant. It would have been disastrous. If it was cancerous, by the time they were taking it out, it would have done extensive damage. It would have moved from the brain to other side. They call it metastasis. It would have metastasized to other places. And it would have been more difficult. So we also don't need to wait until things spoil. In this part of the world, it's one bad habit that we do. We wait until things have spoiled, until our leg begin to hurt us, or we cannot eat properly. That's when we take ourselves to the hospital or anything. No, try to also do some routine checks. It's very important. Don't wait until your eyes are getting blind or one thing before you know there's a problem. We also need to do better. That's why it is us. It starts with us. Oriflame so cares about us, cares about you and me. So we need to do better. So it's why me first. Now, next up is why nutritional products. Why does it have to be nutritional products? Well, it has to be nutritional. We need to supplement with good nutritional products, because in this part of the world, we do not eat right. Aside not eating right, There are a lot of reasons why people don't eat right. Oh, I don't have money to buy really nice organic food, and that one and this one. It is also that when you're in a country where the things that are coming in, exportation, importations are not properly regulated, a lot of unhealthy things can come in, and we might be consuming it thinking we're consuming the best, which is not good for us. One time I went to the market and I saw a certain one name of tin tomato. I'm like, which one is this one again? The name was sounding so strange. And then when I opened it, I got it. When I opened it, the smell was just too pungent. I was like, there's no way these tin tomatoes can be healthy. Like I had to trash it. I basically threw it in the waste bin because it was smelling like rotten tomatoes, and then they put a lot of preservative, a lot of things to preserve it. If not that I'm a health person, I would have just made food with it and just eat. There are a lot of things that we import into the country that is not healthy for us. And even though we want to personally do better, you don't really get to see, the best out there. There are a lot of substitute because of the price. We now begin to just rely on the one that our money can buy. And those ones can be unhealthy. Those ones, we don't know how they were produced. We don't know how they were processed. We don't know the preservatives that are inside. I don't want to even start telling you guys, if I begin to list preservatives that are very bad, like their health risk is so bad for our health. And if I name them and you begin to go to the markets, you're not buying it in the market, because with everything you pick, you say, oh my God, this thing contains it. I want to drop it. I'm basically just going to cause a scare. But what we're trying to say is that nutritional products would help. It's going to help a long way. Even when you're eating products that are not really nice for your body, they are going to help to clear them off. They're going to help to balance out while your system is trying as much as possible to clear out the unhealthy ones. You're feeding it with the right one. Now, nutritional products are food products or supplements that are designed to complement a varied and balanced diet by providing concentrated sources of nutrients or other substances. I mentioned that these substances should have nutritional or physiological effects, such as your protein, your fats, and all of this. These things are very important for your system. And because we don't have, I keep saying it, we don't have a proper regulatory body that will regulate each and everything that is imported. You cannot rely on anything you see in the supermarket. Supermarket don't regulate anything. Anything they see, they just buy and keep on their shelves and say, oh, it's NAFDAC certified. How many things do you buy and you really check for NAFDAC numbers? Let's be realistic. How many things do you really check for NAFDAC numbers? We don't even do that. We just say, oh, new one and it's cheap. Let me buy. So you also need to make sure that you are looking at these things. But remember that these things are not medicines. They're not medicines. Medicines can change your physiological, but this would also help to just complement. All right. I hope you understand. If you have questions, just keep it. We'll soon get to the other side. Now, another reason to use your nutritional product is because they help to bridge the gap of nutritional shortfalls in our diet. And that thing about our diet is that we don't know what is unhealthy eating here. We eat more of protein. No, rather, we eat more of carbohydrates, while an adult need more protein than carbohydrates. Yeah, you heard me right. We eat more of carbs and less of the very essential ones. So when you begin to eat like that, up and down, there is an imbalance, there is a shortfall. And what this nutritional product will do is that it will bridge that gap. Now you're eating more carbs, it will help to give you some protein or a level of vitamins and minerals that will balance out the excessive. It's like a pendulum. What do they call this? This balancing this thing. When you eat more of this, one part begins to go down and the other one goes up. So when you take your nutritional product, they would help to balance out and they will bridge that gap between your nutrition. They help to support your growth. You can see all of these amazing things that it does, and it assists with a routine. So one, we're not natural organic food and not too accessible to us in Nigeria. Let me use Nigeria as a case study. They're not too accessible. There are a lot of fake and rubbish preservatives out there. Secondly, even the ones we're eating, it's imbalance. We eat more of one class of food and less of the other one. It's supposed to be a balance. We don't even know how to um, measure what we need, right? I mean, a lot of us are just knowing that your protein, an adult, a 60 kg adult would need a certain like 0.8 gram of protein. You're just hearing it for the first time. We just eat, make I eat more akara. I love beans, so you go eat 3 plates of beans. Even though it's not, you don't need so much. You eat bread, so many bread, like bread morning, afternoon, night. There's always an imbalance, but nutritional products will help to bridge that gap. So this is why nutritional products are also very important in our wellness. Okay, the next one, which is something I'm going to dwell more on, is why must it be wellness by Oriflame? Uh-huh. Okay, now it has to be this one because first and foremost, wellness looks at your holistic beauty and health. We are not just going to say, oh, let's give you vitamins and minerals. It's a holistic thing. We look at it from different angles. We look at it from the fatty area, we look at it from your energy release area, we look at it from protection area, we look at it from different angles. So it has to be a holistic approach. That is what we use in Oriflame as a whole. I cannot even count in one finger two brands that looks at holistic approach to your health. I can't count two. A lot of those other brands are more specific. Okay, let's just make sure we give you supplements on your vitamins and minerals. Let's just give you supplement. They don't say, okay, let's focus on antioxidants. They don't say, okay, let's just give you cod liver oil or omega 369. But we're looking at it from different angles. We're like a holistic approach to health. And another thing you need to know, we're Beauty by Sweden, and Swedish people are one of the healthiest people in the world. You can go and check it because of how they have a holistic approach to their health. They do not harm the environment. They have this really nature, well encrusted nature science and nature forest that they preserve, and this helps them in getting all of their natural organic food from this forest. They also make sure that they replenish it. They don't live sedentary lifestyle. They do physical activity, and they also do a whole lot of things. So they're like one of the healthiest people. And when people begin to find out what they do, it is just this thing. And we're so privileged to be with Oriflame that is from Sweden. So it is a balanced life that we preach. Yes, Esther Chinejo, Beauty by Sweden. They're one of the happiest and most healthy conscious countries in the world. And if you don't know by now, we also talk about your biological and lifestyle factors, which I have mentioned before now. Okay, so we are people who are inspired by nature. I'm talking about Beauty by Sweden, inspired by nature, powered by science. We have what we call the Nordic expertise, and also science in this form is that we just use science to get all these good benefits from the plant without actually causing any effect on the plant itself. We also have internal expert panels. You're going to meet them as we go forward in this presentation. You're going to see some of our nutritional councils and these experts that work years in, years out. Like we have all these institutes, year in, year out. We have all these institutes where these things are properly guided. And you do know that Oriflame has one of the highest European Union standards. Our labs are top notch, state of the art, one of the best you can find in the world. Okay, so I mentioned that we are Beauty by Sweden, inspired by nature, powered by science. Our sciences are backed up with great ingredients, bioactives, and we do not make use of genetically modified organisms. No. Also, even in our preservatives are gotten from natural plants, something that is more beneficial to your health. The capsules that you see in your wellness pack by Oriflame, I was trying to look for the capsule. The capsule in your omega 3 is made from actual fish, sustainable fish. Do you know a lot of brands out there use gelatins? I'm not saying any type, artificial gelatins even. And these things are rubbers. Rubbers are not even healthy for you. When you chew it, it's not. Even your astaxanthin and bilberry extract capsule, the black one, The capsule itself is made from vitamin C and vitamin E, and also from fish. So it is very amazing how Oriflame or Beauty by Sweden puts up all of these things together and make sure that even though you're getting the best out of the best, they're also making sure that they are highly well regulated and organic. Okay, so meet our nutrition experts. You're going to see some of them. These people are called the scientific advisory. They are independent advisors, and they're recognized internationally when it comes to nutrition and health. These people have years and years of experiences. Like, it's amazing. They have all of these beautiful experiences. You can see Dr. Frida, the lady, she is associated professor, expertise in gut microbiomes. Gut is like your stomach. She's an expert in what your gut need, what you should take in. She has a PhD. Dr. Cloud, also expertise in obesity prevention and treatment. And you have Dr. Brandon, who is an expert in sports nutrition and healthy aging. So these are the people who regulate, who make sure that these parts you're seeing are produced in the best conditions, in the top-notch conditions, and in the best with the best of ingredients you can find. Okay, so these are for the scientific advisory. We also have the Nutrition Council. I don't have their pictures here, but we have Marley Nordlander, we have Cummins, and we have one other person. Where is that? Okay. Sorry, a minute. I think I quickly put some of it here. Yes, for the Nutrition Council, we have Caroline Cummins, Marley Nordlander, and Isabella Lee. These people are the Nutrition Council. They also have their PhDs and experts in different types of nutrition and health to make sure that you're getting the best from Sweden. Not to mention our labs that are situated in Dublin, in our research institute lab in 3 different places in the world. That is also making sure that you're getting the best. So that is why it has to be Wellness by Oriflame. Because I told you need nutritional products, you're not going to say, oh, I have this company that makes one. If it's not wellness, it can never be like wellness. It can never give you that holistic approach to your body. Okay. All right. So I hope so far you understand what I'm saying or what I mean. Now, this one thing about wellness is that not only does it take care of you from head to toe, like it's a total wellness, holistic approach, but there is something for everyone. It is a nutritional product that helps to support your health management. It can also help with immunity, help with your gut, help with your skin. Guys, trust me, when you're going through your skincare journey and you include your wellness, it does a whole lot for you. Your bones, your muscles, everything included. It's super performing, super safe, and super responsible. So with these few points of mine, I hope I have been able to convince you and not confuse you that Wellness Pack by Oriflame is the best food supplement you can find in the world. Yes, in the world, because it not only takes care of your holistic approach to health, but it is the safest, it is well performing, and it is something for everyone. So don't worry. Pretty soon, I'm pretty sure when I say something for everyone, some of you are like, what about children? You don't have anything for children. It's for 16 years and above. I know. Don't worry. We're working on it. Pretty soon, wellness for kids is going to come up, and you can help. But for now, make sure that your kids are eating well. Children have just this amazing body system. Once you give them fruits and vegetables and the right amount of food, they just function properly and their body heals itself very fast. Okay, so you do lesser with children. Just make sure you feed them right. Okay, guys, let's go straight to questions and answers. I basically have 5 minutes. I didn't even know I'll be able to complete this in. Okay, Farin says, is there a long-term harmful effect of wellness? Please, what is the short-term one? Since we're already talking about long-term. Now, there are no long-term or short-term effects of, I'm pretty sure you're trying to say, is there a long-term effect of not using wellness? I'm going to rephrase that for you. Well, there isn't. It just means that if you stop taking your wellness, you're not giving your body great supplements that you need. Just make sure that if you're relying on your food and your food, you're eating well, you're making sure you invest in not just the right amount of food, an organic one, and in a balanced one. Very important. Okay. Any other question? I know someone asked one question. I didn't see it. Okay. I've probably skipped it. You can always resend your question. It's wellness. If wellness is so good, why can't a nursing mom take it? Now, I don't think I told anybody that you should or should not take if you're a nursing mom. We always tell you to seek the advice of your healthcare professionals, okay? Because like with nursing mom, just like pregnant women and with people who have some disease conditions, there could be some weird reason why you might not or might take something. I know some nursing mothers who their healthcare professionals ask them to take it and they're taking it. But it depends on your body. Remember what I said from the beginning. Even the nutrients that you need, it varies from person to person. I might need lesser, you might need more. I might need more, you might need lesser. So it varies from person to person. But the beautiful thing about asking your healthcare professionals, not just your healthcare professional, but your doctor, basically, is that that person has your history. The person knows, what you should take or what you should not take. If you have some allergies, one thing or the other, they will be able to guide you accordingly. But we did not say nursing mother should not take it. We said ask your physicians first before you can take it. All right? Does it help in digestion? Well, you're gonna take it to find out. Like you just heard me mention gut. We have it helps in gut digestion and all of that. It will actually help with that. Personally, I see people take it and they say, "Oh, I noticed that I tend to go to the toilet better." It helps. So just make sure that I'm not going to say it does this for you or it does that because I don't know how your body works, but it is going to work according to the needs of your body. Let's just put it that way. It's going to work according to the deficiencies you have, according to the supplements you need more, and according to the needs of your body, because we all have unique needs and our body knows better than we do. Comfort says, I have a client that shared a review after taking her wellness that her blood pressure became normal. But when she stopped for a while before her next order, the blood pressure went high again. What could be the reason? Because she said she's not taking her wellness again. Okay, so you're saying that she took wellness and her blood pressure normalized, but when she stopped, it went up. Well, before the normalcy, it means that she obviously had high blood pressure, right? And she should be on medication for that, or she should be on some lifestyle changes. Now, remember what I said from the beginning. It is not a substitute to a balanced meal. It is not a substitute for a healthy lifestyle. For someone who has high blood pressure, there are also some healthy lifestyles or healthy practices that this person needs to begin to do. One, sedentary lifestyle. The person needs to be more active. The person needs to make sure they reduce their salt intake. Very important. If you're taking wellness, if before now you take a lot of salt, that should increase your blood pressure, and wellness comes in and helps to regulate all of that, and it drops, and the person stops taking wellness, but she's still taking those things that increases her blood pressure. What's going to happen? The blood pressure will go back up. There's nothing there. So it's very important that while you're taking your wellness or you're giving your wellness to your customers, tell them that there are also lifestyle practices or modification that they need to do. Okay? So you don't give extra, like you don't have so much expectations from just wellness. It goes together with how you live, your personal practices that you do on a daily basis. So for this your person, I can say for a fact that she has some lifestyle practice that she needs to change. What she takes for someone who has blood pressure issue or hypertensive people, there's some food that they really need to cut down. There are some ingredients that they need to cut down. She needs to begin to make those lifestyle changes. It is not about wellness. Okay, wellness just helps to reduce excesses and helps to balance just like what it's supposed to do. So when she stops wellness, what happens? All those excesses goes back up and can increase her blood pressure. Okay, I read that astaxanthin is not okay for kids. How true is this? Well, wellness is for 16 years and above, right? It means that the astaxanthin level in it is for adults. Why would kids need antioxidants? Astaxanthin is an antioxidant. They all have really efficient oxidative antioxidative processes in their body because children, their body changes really fast and they produce a lot of all these antioxidants that help them more. So if their body is functioning well, why do you want to give them an excess or an extra? If I have a child who produces a level of glutathione, really healthy levels of glutathione that helps, is an antioxidant, that helps to keep them healthy. Why would I want to give them an extra astaxanthin? It is me who is, I am now producing lesser glutathione because I am aging, because I am now worrying, because I have some other things that are lifestyle that are affecting me. So my body begins to produce lesser of these antioxidants, and I need to supplement. I need to complement for those ones. But for children, they don't really need all of those things. Their body works perfectly well once you feed them well, and their body produces a lot of things. That's why also the healing processes for children are faster. When a child has a wound, it heals faster, like 2 to 3 times faster than if you and I, an adult, gets a wound. It heals slower because we don't have all of this and begin to decline as we age. But children, it's the reverse. They have it more in excess. So you don't want to overburden their body. You don't want to give excess. The body does the best for it. One sachet a day is perfect. Is there a maximum dose that the person can take? Now, there are 21 sachets inside for 21 days. One sachet a day is perfect for you. The rest, if you fall into the category of have needing, your body needs more vitamins and minerals, more fatty acids, please get the rest from food and vegetables. Don't say, oh, because I need, when I do that calculation, it seems like I need more. So let me take two. Mm-mm. Please, everybody. Now, the good thing about it is each sachet has the minimum requirement that your body needs to function. So you can also take the others from your foods and vegetables. It will help to cover up. But do not take more than one sachet a day. Okay. Um, so this explains why nursing mom can't take it because we don't want to overburden the baby. And so he has even said it from another angle, nursing mothers, not only are you transmitting immunity to these children, you need their bodies to also function. You don't want to overburden the body. Their body they have 2 to 3 times more efficiency than you as an adult. And when you overdo it, you tend to overburden them. So any other question? Any other question? Adia? And just some natural food or fruits that naturally have salt. Of course, now, of course. Now, for some of you who take cashew, it's natural. You take granules. Maybe they use salt and all these things to make all of this. They're natural, quite all right. But sometimes in the making, these things can have all of this sodium, and potassiums, and it's very natural. I think one fruit that has a level of sodium, potassium is banana. Banana has potassium, which is a salt, a type of salt that if you take it in excess, it can increase your blood pressure. But that is for people who are prone to blood pressure increase, not those who are more prone to blood pressure increase. For people who have hypertension, they will also tell them, your doctors or their medical professionals will tell them, you should be more careful with the amount of banana you consume or with some fruits because it can increase your salt levels. So yes, there are some fruits and vegetables that have natural salt, and when you take them in excess, it can increase or elevate your blood pressure. Can pregnant women take wellness in place of guys? Hey, I have said this, we have posted it. Pregnant women, you need to consult your doctor. They need to check with each of these nutritional values and the requirements and see if that is what you need. Okay, I cannot talk for all pregnant women. Pregnancies differs, right? I can't speak for every pregnant woman, but if your healthcare professional really knows what they are doing, and they check, they'll be able to guide you accordingly. Okay, one of my customer complain of weight gain? What could be the reason? It also depends on how she takes it. Okay, so wellness by Oriflame should be consumed with food. If you take it before meal or 1 2 hours after meal, the vitamins and mineral, that's the tablet, has the tendency to potentiate hunger because it needs food to be able to be digested in your system. Now, when it is trying to be digested and there's no food in your system, your body would give you the impression that you need to eat. Okay, so if she does not want to gain weight, like me, I'm not gaining weight, I'm rather losing weight, she should make sure she consumes the wellness 1 sachet a day with her food, with her main meal. While she's eating, she takes it, that way it is quickly digested with the food and it does not potentiate hunger, and it will even help to reduce her um, cravings for other junks. Last question, because my time is fast spent. There are testimony that awareness a conception. Is this true? I wouldn't know about that. Maybe I should start doing a survey about it. Okay, I would not know about that. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I mean, this was really. I hope you understood where I'm coming from. You understand better now. While wellness can have a different effect on one person and have a different effect on the other person, there are other reasons, there are other things you need to look at, and that is why people have different benefits. Just make sure that you tailor each of them to the uniqueness of your body and get the maximum of it. So thank you so much. I hope you got value. If you're just joining in, don't worry, this is going to drop. You can always go back and listen to it and get all that you need to get. So see you next week Wednesday when we talk about Wellness Wednesday, something else. Bye. Stay healthy. I love you.